Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning to you all. Many blessings to you all. Hope all is well. So the vlog today is around the emotion anger. I want to talk a little about this emotion, as I've been thinking about it a lot of late. Over the last year, if I'm honest, looking at myself and the emotion of anger in Karen, and how sometimes that is displayed outwardly, externally, into the world. So I believe anger to be a very raw, primitive emotion that has its purpose, just like any other emotions. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been given it. Let's just think about that logically. If there wasn't a use for anger, and a constructive use for anger, I believe, why would we even have the emotion? The emotion is there, it's been given to us for a reason. And I believe, just like all other emotions, it can be used to good effect when channeled correctly. So let's take a look at some of the positives that I've managed to come up with concerning the emotion anger. So I've just wrote a few down, so excuse me while I just have a little look on my iPad. So I just made a few bullet points to just talk around, really. So the first one, I'm saying that anger is a motivating force and can be used as a motivating force. Now, why would I make such a statement? Well, I've come up with anger helps us to push through with our goals, dreams, providing us with the strength and determination to break through any perceived barriers in the face of adversity and challenges. Now, anger can do this to us. It will help us push through in life at times. Sometimes we need to get a little bit of fire in us, in our belly, and to push through, go forward. And again, this is called constructive anger. And when we use our anger in this way, it can be very beneficial in all areas of our lives. I just want to talk recently. I was in a position where I was feeling a little sorry for myself. I'm not going to lie. I had a few days of sort of, really just feeling a little bit low in myself. And it was all around support and the support that I had in my life. And, I had to go there, and I did go there. And I sat with that for a little while, and I went through all the emotions of feeling quite sorry for myself. Um, you know, there was slight anger there. There was some slight anger there. And I had to really look at this. And what it done was it gave me the opportunity to redirect my feeling, the emotion that I was feeling, into something quite positive. And I ended up doing a talk around support systems in our lives and who do we have in our lives that support us. So again, without those emotions that I was feeling, I wouldn't have been able to do that talk. I wouldn't have even stirred them emotions to even think about doing a talk around support systems. So to me, that was directing my anger in a positive way. So let's have a look at a few more. Anger can be beneficial for all interactions, relationships, setting boundaries. So what do I mean by that? Well, sometimes we have to raise our voice a few octaves, and by doing so, we express to the person in question that we are unhappy, that we are not happy, that there's an injustice being done. And by expressing ourselves constructively, maybe in a slight raised voice to show that person you've overstepped the mark, again, I see that as constructive anger. Okay. trigger points. We all have trigger points that can trigger us off. And anger actually allows us also, I did write that down, that's it, anger can lead to self-observation. So again, we can get a lot of self-learning from anger, the emotion. When we're angry, we can self-introspect as to why we chose to respond to the events with an outcome of maybe the emotion anger, and we can see whether it was justified or not. And if not justified, if being honest with yourselves and you find yourself in a situation where you've become angry, raised your voice, or you feel that there's an injustice done, and after the effect of that, you normally get a calming sensation. You find after people have been angry, they become quite calm after, it's like a release, a mass release. And sometimes we just need to get that out. But again, it's how we direct that over. Now, talking about trigger points, I know for a fact, I can share with you all, which I work daily with, 2 specific trigger points that I have that I know can trigger me off quite quickly, are my dog, anyone, being unkind towards my dog, and my children, my 2 daughters. I will defend them, and I know that if my children or my dog are in any situations and that is not to my liking, I will defend them and become very protective very quickly. So I could look at them as trigger points in a way. And yes, I believe that we all have trigger points. So being angry or getting angry can help us to look at ourselves, and we can become more aligned with our true being when we are able to look at our anger, taking away self-denial, self-deceit, and if we have done a wrong, make an amends. And also, one thing I want to say with anger is, when we do have bouts of anger, it's not to beat yourself up about it afterwards. Be forgiving. Forgive yourself, and first and foremost, and forgive whoever it was directed at. Even if you don't feel like that, just send love. It's always about sending love. My anger is just like anyone else's, like a firework. It comes and goes at times, but it's always centered in love. I don't really have bouts of anger unless it's justified. Okay? I don't do anger without justification. Okay, there's always justification for why I may raise my voice at someone or be disgruntled at them. There's always justification there. Let's go on. So anger is a survival shield. It tells us when we're in flight or fight mode. It protects us from attack. In extreme cases, survival, fighting for our lives. We need anger. We need that. So again, very positive. One study suggests that individuals who experience and display their anger appropriately are in a better position to fulfill their needs and control their destiny rather than those who suppress their anger. I totally believe that. I believe that suppressing emotions like anger and resentment can only lead to destructive anger in the end, where you will just suppress, maybe not say something, say for example, something that's on your mind. You don't pull that person up there and then. Now, I've just been through a situation in my life this week where there was a situation occurred with another person, and I didn't pull the person up, which I should have done when I first was given some information. But what I'd done, I sat with it and suppressed it and just let it, just didn't speak around it. And then there was a situation this week where I did speak around the issue, and what I found was that through suppression of not speaking my truth at the time, it was a lot more heightened when I did get to speak to the person. There was a lot more venting with it because I had suppressed. So a valid lesson learned for me there. No suppression. Speak your truths when they appear. Okay? Pull people up when you need to. Don't allow things to slide. If someone's being rude to you, if you feel that there's an injustice, you can pull that person up there and then. You don't need to be rude about it, but you can say to them, hey, I don't like what you just said to me, or I've heard this, and deal with it there and then, and it stops the build up of suppression, resentment within your own body, mind and soul. I want to talk quickly, I know I've gone to 11 minutes, but I just want to talk quickly about what anger does on the cellular level. So when we hold anger in our body, resentment, cynicism, all these low vibrational frequencies, we disease our body. Fundamentally, that's what happens. Ultimately, the nucleuses in our cells become diseased. I believe that all disease comes from the mind. So again, coming back to always being in your true authentic self. And that means dealing with situations as they arise, but in a constructive way. Constructive anger, okay? Constructive anger. A few more quickly before I go. Anger protects our values and our beliefs. When we feel that there's been an injustice or a wrong, we can display again constructive anger to show that person or whoever is involved that there's been an injustice here. Someone trying to make us do things that we don't want to do. Provides insights to our faults, as I said earlier, and feeling anger enhances our emotional intelligence. Emotionally intelligent individuals do not resist anger, instead use it to gain wisdom, okay? They use their anger to gain wisdom, just like I'm doing this vlog today. I had a situation this week where I did display an emotion of anger, which I felt was very justified, by the way. My only downfall there was that I didn't pull up the person there and then when I should have done, which was weeks ago, and I allowed that to fester in me. So a valid lesson learned for Karen there. No festering. Speak about it on the spot. Anger is not an emotion to be played with. The worst thing you can do with anger is suppress it. So I just wanted to do this vlog today because I believe anger to be a very, very positive, powerful emotion. And as I said, in the last few weeks, I've had a few incidences happening to me, and I've used my anger, I believe, in a very positive way to push through. And in doing so, I've done some writing around it. I've done 2 vlogs, one about support today, about anger. So the negative situations that had happened to me, I've transformed them into a positive one. And that's why I'm doing this vlog today. Anyway, guys, do not suppress. No suppression, remember. Surrender and let it go. And remember, pull people up there and then when you need to. Don't let them get away with their shit. Yeah. No, pull them up there and then, yeah. You'll feel empowered for it, okay? Take it from me. I just suppressed for the last few months something that should have been spoken about a long time ago. And I've learned a valid lesson from that. No more suppression, okay? No matter who it is, you can be polite. Remember, we put love behind everything, so we can pull people up, okay? And we can express our anger in a constructive way. Non-violence, no violence. We do not go there. Constructive anger all the way. Anyway, guys, I'm well over. Hey, I've gone to 15. It's a new record. Thank you all for listening. And let's not forget, Anger is on the same spectrum as love, okay? They're on the same spectrum. They're just at the different end of each polarity of the pole, okay? But they're on the same spectrum. I balance out my anger to be, if I look at it like this, I spend most of my time in peace and love, yeah? Most of the year, I spend most of my time in this vibration. And now and then, the percentage is very small. I might pop off like a firework. But to me, what it showed me last night beautifully is it's all balanced, yeah? Because my love and my peace that I am way outruns the anger that I may display now and then. So peace be with you all. Much love, and I'll see you all soon. Keep loving your heart.